All right, hello and welcome back to our Fit Essentials Basics class. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through our session today. If you are wearing your B3 bands, we just added air right before we started this recording. So if you're on the recording or just coming into class, go ahead and add your air to your bands. And otherwise, we're going to start standing. We're going to do our spinal cord breathing to get started here this morning. All righty, so go ahead and walk your feet so they're just underneath the hips. You're going to establish a nice soft bend into your knees and check in with your midline position. Sometimes we tend to rock our hips forward. So rock those hips back, draw the belly into the spine. And now when you're ready to breathe in, you're going to circle your arms around, palms together. Try to pull those elbows and forearms in. And then on the exhale, you're going to round down, chin to the chest, draw that belly in. On that next inhale, lift the chest, keep that bend in the knees, but then circle through your shoulders, squeezing the shoulders back, engaging the glutes. Welcome, Christina. Great to have you. If you are able to turn your camera on, it's always great to see you move. If that doesn't work for you today, I get it. Chin to the chest, drawing back in. Take it through about 3 times here. Nice deep inhale. Rotating through, drawing those elbows back, and nice long exhale. So one more time, breathing in, breathing out. As you stand tall, engage the glutes. Back down. And on that next inhale, just standing up nice and tall. Good. From here, we'll go into our tree branch arms, gates of heaven, however you'd like to refer to it. Just get a nice flow here, continuing that warm up, nice and gradual. If you're comfortable to turn the head and neck, looking over that shoulder, starting with the arms away. And then when you're ready, start to bend at those elbows. Allow the palms, or the fist rather, to kind of tap the front of the torso and the back of the torso. See if you can time it with the exhale. So we tap the front of the body and the back of the body. Good. So we're going to keep progressing this rotation. We're going to start to now take the front hand. I'm going to come a little closer to show you. You're going to use this thenar, the thumb portion, and you're just going to tap right above the collarbone here in front of the shoulder. So the one hand goes behind the body, other hand comes in front of the body, up in the upper part of the lungs. Just give a little tap there. Good. Again, still trying to link it and sync it with that exhale. Good. Couple more on the upper body, upper lung area. And then now we're going to take it back down to the front of the torso. It's a good way to just get a general warm up to the spine, the body. Then when you're ready, slowly start to keep the arms away. Just imagine you're just flowing in the wind, flowing in the breeze, like those big eucalyptus trees, those willow trees. And then gradually bring yourself down to a stop. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're going to open up the hips, open up the side body a little bit. I want you to anchor your right foot down. Diane and I are stepping our left foot down, and then your opposite leg is going to step back. Go ahead and lower back onto your heel. Good. We'll start with both hands on the hips, kind of establishing that nice tall chest. And then, Diane, all right, take your left hand up to the shoulder. I'm going to start that cross body reach. So you're going to shift your hip forward, reaching out and across, palm down towards the floor, breathing in as you draw back, and you can rotate towards that side as well. And then we'll breathe out, reach a little bit higher this time. It's like I'm trying to reach over my forehead, breathe in, rotate back. Just gradually kind of open up that body, open up that side body. Awesome, great to see you outside, Christina, getting some sunshine. All righty, and then from here, if you're comfortable to go right up to overhead, we'll turn it to a more of a side bend, bending towards your back leg, and then bending towards your front leg and reaching right over top of the head. We'll do 3 times there. Breathing in, bending away, breathing out, bending towards the front leg. One more time, down and up. On this last time, if you feel comfortable to do so, turn your head, peer up to that hand, hold for an extra breath, and then release. Great job. I'm going to walk that back leg in, hands on the hips, nice little gradual hip circles. Beautiful. Go ahead and reverse direction. Same thing, other side or other direction. Awesome. Go. All right, from here on screen, you all anchor down your left foot forward. Then we're going to take a nice long step back with the right leg, starting with both hands on the hips. Establish that nice tall chest. Make sure you're solid through both legs. And then now we'll take the hand of that trail leg up to the shoulder, rotate towards the trail leg just slightly. And now we'll rotate away, palm down, reaching across about shoulder heights. Breathing in, drawing it back. Breathing out, reaching across. A little bit higher that time. In and back, out across. Wonderful. A couple more. Now we'll start to go right up over top of the head. Back and out. All right, now I'm going to turn it into that more deliberate side bend. So I bend towards the side of that trail leg, and then as I bend towards the front leg, reaching up to overhead 3 times here. Breathing in as you bend away. Breathing out as you reach up. On that third one, if you feel solid, peer up to that hand, and we're going to hold that position for an extra breath. Careful. All good. Breathe, reach, and release. Let's walk that back leg in. Let's take into a little side step, arm swing. Step, open, step, and open. Good. Squeeze those shoulders back. Rotate those palms forward. Breathe in as you cross them in front of the body. Good. Couple more. And resting there. All right. From here, we're going to work on some hip extension next. So Diane and I are going to use this tree here to stand tall. If you have a chair nearby, anything that will help you to stabilize. And we're going to be drawing that belly in. And we're going to start on your left leg. You're going to draw that knee up towards the elbow. And then you're going to extend it back behind you, engaging that glute. Okay. So you're going to draw the knee in and extend the leg back. So let's go ahead and pause for a second. Let's make sure everyone kind of gets into position to start. We've also done this version a little bit lower, where I have my hands low and it looks like this. Okay, but I'm going to be using that tree as well to kind of work with Diane here, but we're looking to get some extension and some activation of that hip. All right, so when you're ready, it's going to be that left leg first. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Drawing the knee towards the elbow and then extending it back. Good. Watch so you don't let that low back arch. Squeeze the glute, reach it back. Excellent. Looks great, Diane. Nice, Christina. In and back. Good. So if you didn't have anywhere, keep it moving. Those of you already working. But if I didn't have anywhere to stand and do it, if you're comfortable to be down on the ground, you could do more of like a quadruped on hands and knees and extending from there. I think that's where Christina's at. Very nice. 10 seconds left. In and back. Good. And 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and come off the arms. So we're going to come back up to standing. In between legs, we're going to work our stepovers or our side steps. So draw the belly in, arms out to the sides. You're going to want to pretend you have that imaginary hurdle coming up and over. So this is like some balance work in disguise here. Really lift up through the belly, squeeze those shoulders back. Lift that foot up and over. Awesome. Good job. Keeping the shoulders down out of the ears. And then don't force any height in that hurdle, right? Just as far as you're comfortable. We're going to go 10 seconds left here. Up and over and back. Make sure we keep both feet nice and high. So we want to get 1 over and then the second one over. And 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Back to your support surface for the opposite leg. Okay, so now we're going to be on to your right leg. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Yep, drawing the belly in towards the spine, extending that hip back. Looks great. Good job. Yep, Shirley, try to keep your arms a little straighter. So nice straight arms. Good job. There you go. Perfect. In. Breathe in as you draw that knee in. Exhale as you draw the leg back. Doing great, Diane. Drawing it in and back. And a lot of times that hip's going to get tired, the side you're standing on. So anytime you need to pause and really lift back up. Otherwise, go 1 more rep. And 3, 2, 1, and rest from there. Good job. Take a break. We're going to do that 1 more time, but we're going to take a short rest break first. What we're going to do for our rest break on this time is some spinal mobility again. So we're going to Anchor down through those feet, about hip width apart. I draw the belly in. I'm just gonna reach both arms out in front of me, interlace those hands. We're just gonna do some torso rotations. So I'm gonna turn my torso, pull my arms to one side as I look over that shoulder. Breathe in, coming back to center, and then gently breathing out as you turn the other way. Go a little bit wider with your feet, Diane. Wider base stance, then just a soft bend in the knees. Good. Breathing in. Let's get about 2 or 3 on each side. Rotate. And you can think about actually trying to pull your arm in that direction. Back to center. Feel that. Feel that. Kind of pull that arm around. Get a nice stretch. All right. Once you even out on both sides, shake it out. And let's get ready for our second round of those hip extensions. So coming back to your surface, you're going to be back on that left leg. Starting in 7 seconds. All right. So coming back to all fours if you'd like, Christina. And 2, 1, and left leg. Draw the knee up. Extend the leg back. Yep. Breathe in as you pull the knee in. Breathe out as you extend through that hip. Very nice. In. Breathe in. And squeeze that tush. That's our whole point, is to get that glute to fire, the knee that's moving. And we want to lift on up out of that support leg. Good job. Just over 10 seconds left. Breathing in, draw it in, breathing out, extend it back. Awesome. Try to let that toe rotate away. Final rep and rest. Good job. Come all the way up to standing tall. Got our lateral stepovers next. If you need to give a little release to that hip, you can just rock those hips side to side, loosen it all up. All righty, and then once you get a little relief there, draw that belly in, standing tall, arms to the side, and we'll go into those stepovers. So up and over that hurdle, and then over and back. Some areas you can focus on to help with that balance. So lift up here through the belly, squeeze the shoulders back, but also what's going on at the foot, because that's your foundation. Push that big toe down, anchoring through that foot, supporting through that ankle, up and over and back. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Good job. All right, we'll come back to your support surface or back on the ground. Final set of that knee to elbow, this time working your right leg. All right, so we'll get everyone into position. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Drawing that right knee towards that right elbow and then extending it back. Squeeze the tush, lift up out of that hip. Awesome, Diane. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. It's nice to have my little demo person here. I can keep it a little bit closer eye on those of you here online. Good work, friends. All right, just over 10 seconds left. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep good movement through that hip. Make sure you're not sinking into that left hip. So keep lifting up out of that side. Let's go one more time. Drawing it in, extending it back, and coming off. Take a rest. Nice work. Let's grab a short drink of water. All right, we're going to be working a little bit of squatting, more of our squat pulse in this next exercise, this next series, and some dumbbell rows, as well as some dumbbell overhead press. Sometimes we feel stronger in what we can row here. If you have any limitations through your shoulders, you might not feel like you can press the same weight up to overhead. If anyone feels like they've got something going on their shoulder, they can't press weight, you can always set your weight down and just reach your arm up and down when we come to that overhead press exercise. But in the meantime, we're going to start with the squat pulse. So go ahead and set your feet about hip width apart, draw your belly in, and then when you're ready, we're going to work about 30 seconds for each exercise. You're going to send your hips back like a little quarter squat, reach your arms out in front to keep that chest tall, then drive through the feet, squeeze the glutes and stand, reaching out, standing tall. Good. Breathe in as you sit back, exhale as you stand tall. Nice. And with this little bit shorter range, the idea is to give you a range of motion that you can work a little bit faster. Never forcing yourself faster than you feel ready for. Just kind of push that edge a little bit, pulling down, standing tall, last one, and rest. Good job. Walk your feet in a little bit closer now. Bring those arms up to the side, and we're going into our march and punch next. So lifting up through the belly. As you lift one knee, punch that opposite arm across the body. one of those exercises that maybe sounds a little bit simpler than it is. So be gracious with yourself. You feel a little bit of a struggle here. Draw the belly in, breathe out as you punch. Breathe in as you lower that foot back down. Nice. Good, 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, moving into that dumbbell row next. So you can either support on a table, or if you don't have anywhere to support on, you want to stand in like a long base stance. If I'm holding my weight in my left hand, I'm going to support my forearm of my opposite arm on my thigh. And then I'll reach forward, draw it up. Those of you that have a normal setup, if you want to support on the table, like you often do, for our dumbbell row next. So start on your non-dominant arm, going in 3, 2, 1. If you haven't already started, start now. Reaching forward, drawing it up. Sorry about that. Breathe in as you reach down. Exhale as you draw that elbow nice and high. Good. Chin in. We tend to lose the head forward towards the ground. So keep retracting that chin back. Keep a nice open chest position. And 2, 1, and transition. Coming up to standing. Keeping the weight in the one hand if that's a weight you're comfortable to press overhead, or you can set it down. Hand up to the shoulder. And then when you're ready, we're going to press straight up to overhead. Elbow forward. As you lower it down, nice and smooth. So we're doing an overhead press next. Down and up. Good. Down and up. Nice. 10 seconds left here. So we're going a little bit shorter on our overhead work than we do on our side dumbbell row. 2, 1, and transition. Now we're going to go dumbbell row on the other side. Some of you jumped ahead of me or just made an assumption, and that's totally okay. So switching sides, holding the weight in your more dominant side, either supporting on the hand or on that front leg. All right, let's get everyone in position. And here we go. Opposite arm, elbow high, reaching down, drawing it up and back. Check in with the position of that low back. Are you arching through your spine? Do you feel nice and neutral through that low back? Focus on drawing that shoulder down out of the ear. Nice smooth movements there, reaching forward, drawing it up. Couple more. And 3, 2, 1, and come on up to standing. So you're going to keep the weight in that same side of the body, and now we'll go an overhead press on this side or an overhead reach. So standing tall, and then when you're ready, here we go, pressing straight up to overhead. Point that elbow forward when you bring it down. So press high, elbow points forward. Nice. Breathe out as you press up. Breathe in as you lower down. Awesome. Let's get about 2 more. Come on, computer. And 2, 1, and pausing there. Awesome job. Shake it out. We're going to go back to the top with that squat pulse. It's going to hold on. We'll start in 20 seconds. So shake it out. And we're going to be letting the air out of the bands. Those of you wearing the B3 bands here in about 1 or 2 minutes. So just listen for that. But starting with that squat pulse, draw that belly in. Set those feet about hip width apart. And when you're ready, pull the hips back. Sitting back into those heels, all the while pushing that big toe down. Nice. Try to get those legs firing. So pulling down, pushing tall. Nice, Diane. Good. Knees pushed wide. Eyes up. Woo! Breathe through that burn. 10 seconds. Good work. Woo! And transition. All righty. Walk those feet in. March and punches next. Standing tall, arms to the side. When you're ready, raise the knee, raise the foot, and then punching across the body. Awesome. Strong punch. Good, Shirley. Good, Christina. Drawing that midline in, keeping the eyes up. Two, 1, and transition. All right, before you go to dumbbell row, you're holding air, push that air out, just that little nozzle, just release some of it. Legs and arms. All righty, and then we'll get ready for that dumbbell row, non-dominant arm. All righty. So have a nice long stance. Draw the belly in so you can support either on the leg or on the table. Reaching down, and here we go. Chin in, looking forward to that front leg or front hand. Nice. It's our second of 3 sets of this. So we got plenty of time to practice working those shoulders and that mid back. This exercise is really important for our posture because it encourages that shoulder blade to sit back on the rib cage, helps avoid that rounded shoulder position that we tend to be drawn to. And all done there. Same side of the body with that overhead press or overhead reach. So coming all the way up to standing. Walk your feet in so you have a nice strong base. Bring that weight up to the shoulder or your fist up to your shoulder. And then when you're ready, pressing straight up to overhead. And I have my non-working hand. I like to rest it on my abdomen a little bit to give that awareness. Make sure I'm not arching my spine. Good, Shirley. Breathing out as you push up, breathing in as you lower down. Nice. Sometimes we want to push in front of our face. See if you can bring that weight right over the center of your head. Good, one more. And rest. All righty, let's shake it out. And we're going to switch sides of the body. Back to the dumbbell row of the opposite arm. Going to make your way into position. Good, supporting through that front hand or forearm. And then when you're in position, here we go. 30 seconds starts now. Reaching forward. Breathe in, breathe out. See if you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. You can add that little pause at the top. And you want to really see how high can I pull that elbow? How far can I pull that shoulder blade in towards the spine? Good. Let's get 1 or 2 more reps. And transition. Beautiful. We've got that overhead press or overhead reach on the same side of the body. Walk the feet in. Check in with your toes. I want your feet to be pointing straight forward for this exercise. There you go. Elbow up, pointing forward. Non-working hand on the abdomen. And then when you're ready, nice smooth press to overhead. Try to squeeze your glutes. Try to still squeeze your tush. And engage that abdomen. Good. Up. Best you can, straight up to overhead. Elbow forward. Nice. There you go. And then just keep the weight up here. Try not to lower it down too far. That's better, Shirley. Yep. Keeping it high, up and down. Good. Let's go about 2 more. Nice, Diane, as much as you can. I know that's your stiff side, but if you reach a little bit more right overhead and resting from there. Awesome work. We're gonna take 30 seconds. Let's grab a drink. If you're a little bit low on energy, you could always just take a break for this last round because we do have 1 more circuit coming up. If you're feeling good, we'll get going here in 20 seconds, coming back to our squats. And I'm gonna do that squat pulse. I'm gonna be holding a really light weight. So if you wanna hold a light weight for this next one, you can do a front raise with the weight as you do at squat pulse. All right, so if you're joining us for round 3, set the feet, draw that belly in, and 2, 1, here we go. Sitting back into the heels, just a little front raise with that weight. Very nice. Breathe in to lower, breathe out to stand. If you get the opposite of that, it's okay. Just try to match it up best you can. Breathing out when you're pushing down into those legs. Woo! Breathing through that burn. Good, maybe a couple more. And 2, 1, and rest. March and punch. You're taking the weight off, exercise off from the weight training, but if you feel good for some of the blood flow piece, you can join us for this march and punch. You can also cherry pick in a way that serves you. So maybe the legs are really tired. I know the Northeast got hit with a bunch of snow this week, so we've had people out shoveling snow and all that other kind of fun stuff that we aren't faced here in, at least not in the Phoenix area right now. I won't say Arizona because I'm sure Flagstaff has had some good snowfall this year. Good. Couple more on each side. And take a break there. Awesome job. We got our dumbbell row and our overhead press left to finish this circuit. Woohoo! All righty. Starting in 10 seconds. Non-dominant arm. So we either stand in a stagger stance or typically we're just supported on a table here. When you're ready, here we go. Elbow nice and high, reaching down, drawing it up. Good. Especially as the workout goes a little bit farther in, check back in with the head and neck. We tend to lose that head towards the floor as we reach towards the floor. So think about engaging the front of the neck, drawing your chin in as you look straight down and try to have the movement happen just through the upper body, through the shoulder. One or two more. And rotate. Good work. Overhead press on this side. Coming up to standing. Walking your feet in now. Bringing that elbow up and forward. Non-working hand on the abdomen, so you make sure you draw that belly in. And then when you're ready, squeeze the tush as you press straight up to overhead. Wonderful. Eyes up now. Find a spot straight ahead that you can focus on. Good. Awesome work. Down and press. 10 seconds left. And 2, 1, and transition. Awesome job. We just got to balance it out with the other side of the body. And back into our final set of the dumbbell row. More dominant side this time. Either a stagger stance or supporting this hand. 2, 1, and finishing it out. Reaching forward, elbow. We want to try to get that elbow above our torso. All the while keeping the shoulder down out of your ears and syncing your movement to your breathing. So breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out as you pull up, pulling that elbow up, pulling that shoulder back. Nice, Diane. Good, let's go 2 more. And 2, 1, and switch. Good, I had your legs switched wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't fix you there, but it's okay. You got the work done. All right, finishing out with that overhead press. Standing tall. So if you're rowing in the right arm, I'd have my left leg forward. Yeah. And here we go. Pressing up to overhead. Nice and smooth. And bring both feet in now. So we'll stand with both feet together. Yeah, not together, but narrow. Good. Straight up, straight down. Moving through those shoulders. Nice. Belly drawn in, glutes engaged. You can even try to find if you can wake up some of those small muscles in your pelvic floor area. Good. Last one, reaching high and shaking it up from there. Good job. Set those weights down. Let's shake out that upper body. Some arm swings side to side. So you're not going to slap your arms against any chairs or trees. Good, and then let's raise them up and down. So I'm going to raise my arms straight out in front of my body. I'm going to push the air behind me, reaching back, and now all the way up to overhead without arching the back or best you can. Good, and then nice and smooth, straight arms as you push back. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Squeeze those shoulder blades, and then breathing in, drawing them up in front of the body. Beautiful. Breathing out, push back behind. 2 more. Raise it up on the inhale. Push it back on the exhale. Squeezing those shoulders back. Last one. Fantastic. All right, let's grab a drink. We're going to work a little bit of balance as we do some stretching here. And then we have one more little circuit piece, working some full range of motion on the squats. Kind of more of a mobility piece than a repetition piece. And a little bit of some overhead reaching work again, this time alternating arms. But first, we're going to stand tall And practice some ankle rolls. So if you want to stand near a wall, near a tree, if you need to steady yourself anywhere, otherwise lift on up, squeeze those shoulders back, coming up onto one leg, and then we're going to rotate through this ankle anywhere between 5 and 10 times. Good. If you feel a little bit unsteady, you can set that foot down for a moment. And then when you pick it back up, then you're going to rotate that ankle the other way. Awesome job. All right, set it down in between sides. Let's go back to our hip circles. One of my favorites. Feels so good. Just loosen up those hips, loosen up that low back. Good. Rotate the other way. Fabulous. All right, and then we're got our ankle rolls on the other side. So walking the feet in, lifting everything up, squeeze those shoulders back. Try to push that big toe down as well on the side that you're balancing on, and then rotating through that ankle. Yeah. Good. Set it down as needed. And then when you pick it back up, we'll rotate the ankle the other way. Common things we see here is these hips kicking out. So keep lifting up, hips stay level. And set it down from there. Awesome. All right, quad stretch next. So steadying yourself as needed. This is that tough one when we're trying to grab that foot and pull that foot towards your backside. If you can't quite get it, do the best you can. Full. Oh, great work, crew. When you're ready, set that foot down, shake it out, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Lifting on up, practicing that balance, or that, yeah, careful now.
The other day it was my left side,
Now it's the right side, that's tough. There you go. Diane makes it look easy when she gets there. Ha-ha. We say if you're struggling, just kind of laugh, right? Don't take it so serious. I know my tendency is to just get mad at myself. All right, when you've stretched out that other side pretty equally, set it down. We're gonna get some rotational work through the mid-back next. So I want you to walk your feet outside your hips. Anchor down into those feet, and now you're gonna place both hands on the bottoms of the thighs, just over top of the knees. And we're gonna do that stretch where you're gonna use your left hand to push the left knee out as you turn your torso, look over the right shoulder, and then you'll do the same. You'll breathe in as you come back to the middle, and then you'll use your right hand to gently push your right knee out and look over your left shoulder. Let's get about 3 times on each side. Breathing in as you come to the middle, breathing out as you gently go into that rotation. Good. Nice straight arms here. Long spine, tall chest. And last one. Fantastic. When you finish that, walk those feet in. Let's take a short rest break and seated to do a couple more stretches for the thighs. If it's convenient, if you want to just slide your bands off, sometimes that's easier, especially with the seated stretches. And then we're going to come on over here in the chair.
Get on the bench.
Yeah, you're welcome to here. Come on over. All right, seated in the chair, we're going to open up the hips a little bit. If you're don't have a chair on, you can also lie on your back and pull the knee to the chest, but glute stretch first. Sitting tall, interlace the hands in front of the shin, and then you can look to kind of cross this foot over that opposite knee. As you sit tall, now readjust the hands to the outer aspect of the knee, and now shoulders back and down, sit tall, hug that leg in. So you want to feel a good stretch in that outer hip area. Use that as an upper body opener as well. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and uncross the leg, set that foot down. In between sides, we're going to do our forward fold, or sitting tall, draw the belly in, and now we'll slide the hands down the legs, bow the head down. And the goal here is to get a gentle stretch into the low back. So you can use your breathing in through the nose, trying to expand your lungs into the back of the rib cage. On the exhale, see if your body wants to reach a hair closer to the ground, and then one more breath before we come up. On that next inhale, slowly come back to seated. We'll do our glute stretch on the other side. So reposition yourself as needed, right up on those sit bones. And now the opposite leg, gonna sit tall, interlace the hands in front of the shin, crossing that leg over. Readjust the hands to the outer aspect of your knee so you can really pull that knee like across, like I'm trying to pull it straight across that opposite shoulder. There you go, get back. Sitting tall, chin in, you can gently rotate and look over towards the side that you're hugging that leg in. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that leg. Beautiful. All right, let's come back to standing. We got that last circuit here. Not super intense, just mostly some mobility work. Keep our bodies moving, and then we'll come back to seated to finish. All righty. Let's keep all these off. So we're doing some full range squatting work. If you feel confident to get all the way down, all the way up, that's great. If it's really tough for you to do that, you can use a doorway. You can use a chair to hold on to. I'm going to demo how I would use this tree to support. So you're going to set your feet about hip width apart. Draw that abdomen in, and then as you're holding on, you can sit those hips back. And if you're holding on to something, it will oftentimes help you to get a little bit deeper into that squat. And then you can use your arms as much as you need to pull yourself back up. It'll take about 45 seconds to practice this because we did those shorter squat pulses in that main circuit session. So now we want to keep that range of motion going. Open up those hips, open up those knees. Very good. I'll let you take that tree if you'd like, Diane, or just take about another 30 seconds here. Reaching back. Good. Eyes up. Nice, Shirley. Push knees wide. Push that big toe down. Nice, Diane. Holding strong. Beautiful. Good range of motion. Maybe one or two more. Reach, reach, reach. Holding on. Sitting back. So this deep squat is really good for us. Sometimes there's a lot of fear around this full range of motion. But if you watch young children, we actually are born with this ability. And then we lose it a lot after we like sit in chairs, go to school, work at desks, all that kind of stuff. We lose that ability. So our goal here is to regain it so we can keep our body strong. All right, come back up from your squat. Huh?
Does rocking help?
Yeah, rocking's not a bad thing to do either, as long as it's not painful on anything. You can do like a squat sit. We come on down, standing from there. All righty, before we go back, we're gonna do another round of that. But as you stand tall, we're gonna do our little apple picking exercise, or you could do an alternate overhead press, but we've already used some weights today overhead. So now I'd like it to be more of a reach, or with this wide base stance, I'm gonna reach across my body, trying to really open through those shoulders. Imagine that we call it like picking lemons here in Arizona this time of year, or oranges. Like Diane's got some amazing oranges and lemons at her house. Whew, good. Let's get about one more on each side. Use it as a stretch as you reach. Wonderful. Up and back and down, and shake it out. Awesome job. A little side step arm swing. All right, we're going to do that series one more time, going back to those squat practice piece. We'll basically conclude our session before our cool down stretch. All right, so when you're ready, holding on as needed, or you're going to set the feet and reach those arms out as you keep those full foot anchor, knees pushing out, seeing how far I can get my hips down. And then I'm going to pull myself up, driving straight down through those legs. Good. Midline draws in, knees push wide, eyes stay up. Yep. So try not to look to the floor as you lower down. Try to keep those eyes looking forward. That's going to help keep your chest a little bit taller. Nice, Diane. Heck yeah, good. And then push, 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 holding strong. One or two more. Good, Shirley. Reach, reach, reach. Awesome job. Good. One more if you feel like it. Otherwise, go ahead and shake it out. Wonderful work. Down and up. Beautiful squat, Diane. Awesome. All right, one more time on those. Picking lemons, picking grapefruits, or the apples. So try to reach across the body this time. Reaching across, pulling the apple into the basket. Over and back. Nice. Reach and return. Good. Breathing out as you reach across, breathing in as you come back to the center. Last time. Alrighty. From here, let's move into our little side stretch flow. So you're going to take your right hand to the left thigh as your left hand comes up to overhead, peering up at that hand. And then you switch. One hand reaches under towards the opposite thigh while the other hand reaches up. Just flow through it. Nice, relaxed breathing. Good. Let's get about 2 more on each side. And if you're stable in your legs, you can peer up at that hand that's reaching overhead. All the while trying to engage this midsection, engage the backside. Even out both ways. And shake it out from there. Good job. All right, behind the back stretch, and then we'll take it back to finish seated. So walk those feet nice and wide. Draw that belly in. Anchor down into your feet. Pull those arms behind you. Interlace the hands best as able. You could also hold a towel here. Extend those elbows. Good. Lift the chest before you come into that forward fold. Then long spine, bowing down. I want you to feel like you're really strong in your legs and your midsection as you hold this position. Breathing into your back. Good, Diana. Looks better today. Knees pushing wide. When you feel like you've gotten a decent stretch here, breathing in, push those legs and come back up to standing. Wonderful. All righty, join me seated. All right, so as you come to seated, sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. We're going to start with our mid-back rotations. So go ahead and take the one hand, you're going to take it behind the head. So just like so. As I breathe in, I'm going to reach across my body, bowing down, bringing that elbow towards the opposite thigh. The hand that's not behind the head, I'm going to gently place it on the inside of the knee on the same side of the body. So then when I rotate and try to look over that shoulder, and gently pushing that knee. 5 times, breathing in, pull that elbow across the body, sitting tall. When you're rotating, that's when we're getting the benefit of this movement piece. So I reach across, and now we're looking to open. Follow the elbow with your eyes. 2 more. Breathing in, try to breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. Last one. Down, up, rotate, and switching sides. Good work. Same thing on the opposite side. So as you bring that hand behind the head, you can even think about drawing that elbow back, get a little opening through the chest. And then when you're ready, cross the body, sitting tall, breathing out as you rotate, pushing gently into that opposite knee. Good. Down, up. And why do we do this? We tend to get pretty stiff through our rib cage. And that's where our thoracic spine, our mid-back lives. We lose that ability to rotate through the mid-back, and then we tend to have compensation patterns that happen above and below. So then the neck and the low back can sometimes get irritated and overused because we're too stiff in our mid-back. So we do a lot of work to keep our mid-back mobile. I don't know what number that was, but after about 5 or so, take a break there. We're gonna do our seated cat-cow next. So you wanna stay up on those sit bones best you can. Draw the midline in. You're gonna bring the hands to just above the knees, bottom of the thighs. As you breathe out, tuck down to a ball, similar to what we did that spinal cord breathing from standing earlier on, chin to the chest, rolling those shoulders forward. And then when you breathe in, slide the hands up your thighs, like you're gonna put your hands in your pockets to really draw those elbows back. Lightly lift the head. Between 3 and 5 cycles here. Breathing out, chin to the chest, bowing that head down. Breathing in, draw those shoulders back. Broad chest. Good. 2 or 3 more. Tired, baby. Let's go one more time. Fantastic. All right, we're gonna do that. From here, we're gonna take your left hand, take it across the body, kind of grab onto the lateral aspect of the knee, and then take your right hand, hold onto the seat of the chair, and then nice and slow, chin to the chest, and slide that left hand down the outer aspect of your right shin until you'll feel a gentle stretch in the lateral aspect of your left rib cage. usually maybe even a little bit into your low back. Try to send your breath into that area. Hanging out here for about 3 breaths or so. When you're ready on that next inhale, gradually come back up. And then we do the same thing on the opposite side. So now my left hand's going to hold on to the seat of the chair or the seat of the bench. Right hand's going to come across the body to the left knee. Pull the belly in towards the spine, chin down to the chest, and then nice and slow, sliding down to the lateral aspect of your left ankle. Bow that head down and now breathe. Oddly, I feel this one a little bit higher on my body. So it's almost like I get a stretch right behind my shoulder blade on this side. Normally, I feel it more in my side body of the lower back. But I'm sharing that just so you know that it's common to feel the stretch a little bit different if you are stiff somewhere else. When you're ready, if you're not already seated, come on back to seated. And then figure 4 stretch next. So pick a leg to start on. You're going to pick that leg up. Try to grab that ankle. We want to cross it over the opposite foot. And then sitting as tall as you can, lightly place the same side hand on the same side knee. Just invite it to lower on down. Chest tall, shoulders back. And we're going to hold this for about 5 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Great time. You can just close those eyes and invite your hip to open. When you're ready, gradually making your way out of that figure 4 stretch, and then we're going to come over to the other side. So sitting tall, cross that leg over, lower that knee down, draw that chin in, and then about 5 times breathing on this side. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Very good. When you finish there, gradually unwind through those hips, and then we're just going to finish with a little love for the head and neck. So sitting up nice and tall, lower that chin down to the chest, just looking down. You can lightly bring your fingers to the top of your head to give a little bit of overpressure. Just a short hold on these neck stretches. And now we're going to bring the hands just in front of the collarbones, gently draw the skin down on the front of the chest. And now lift your chin, looking up towards the sky. Good. Draw that chin back in, looking straight ahead. And now a little rotation through the head and neck. Chin in, turn the head. If you're looking over your left shoulder, you can use 1 or 2 fingers of the right hand up on the cheekbone. So not over on your jaw, but make sure you're over on the cheek. Just encourage a little bit of more rotation. Turn the eyes in that direction as well. And then when you're ready, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Make sure the head's not out. So chin in, and then turn the head, 1 or 2 fingers very gently on the cheekbone. Try to turn those eyes. See how far you can look over that side. That's going to encourage your neck to rotate slightly more. Good. Back to neutral. We'll go 1 more time each way. Chin in, turn that head, encourage that rotation. And same thing, second side. Chin in, turn the head. Remember to follow those eyes over that shoulder as well. And release there. Good. Just some gentle neck circles next. Chin down to the chest, rolling that neck around. Go about 2 to 3 times in one direction. And then when you're ready, gradually start to rotate the other way, 2 to 3 times the other direction. Wonderful. And then from there, some shoulder rolls up and back. There you go. Very good. All right, and then our final 3 breaths together, breathing in through the nose, elevate those shoulders up and into the ears, as if to say, like, I don't know why I'm holding so much tension in my shoulders, and then breathe out, draw those shoulders down. Breathing in, elevate, breathing out, draw them down, rotate those palms forward. I want to be as broad as I can through here, and then last time, in and out. All right, friends, here's a little chimes. Give you a little moment of peace. Thanks so much for moving with us here today. Thanks for stretching your body, taking care of your body. Pleasure to work with you. Keep drinking your water. We didn't drink a ton of water during this class, so stay hydrated, stay healthy. Try to find some good vegetables that you can enjoy. And we'll be back next week. Not here, but somewhere new. We'll see you then.
Somewhere.
Somewhere new.